I do want to quickly go to the Kristen Wiig cameo, sexy kitten scene. First of all, before we talk about the meaning of it, I just want to know your reaction when you heard how that scene ended. What was your reaction all these years later? And did you remember that from
Oh,
2013 when you?
I distinctly remember that scene
Oh, I didn't.
because, oh my God, I remember that scene so vividly because I was so taken aback by how it started off like a totally normal, adult phone sex encounter. And then she
Yeah.
just goes, choke me with that dead cat, that dead cat in the corner. And it's like, that's really weird.
Yeah.
And I'm a goblin. So that's saying something. And then I remembered that scene in the theater. And then my mom went to go see her, and she told me, like, oh yeah, I don't know, I just want to get out. I want to go see a movie. I've heard good things about this. Did you see it? I'm like, oh yeah, it's a great movie. And then I realized when she said, all right, I'm going in, I'll let you know what I think. And I'm like, oh right, that's a scene that happens in that movie. And then she told me, yeah, it's one of the 2 movies I've walked out on in my entire life.
Oh no,
Yeah, she
really? It
walked
was
out of
that bad?
her. Yeah, she hated it. Um,
Mm-hmm. That's too
and
bad.
yeah, the only other film that my mom has walked out of in a movie theater is Broadcast News.
Oh, that's too bad.
Um,
But you know what?
but so that's why I remembered the dead cat phone sex scene, because when I realized that scene was there, I'm like, to be a fly on the wall to see what my mom was thinking during that scene.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Um,
that scene was important to me because not
it's
only
an
is it,
it's an important scene, but it's just
yeah,
the thing that got me was there's such there is like it's weird.
yeah,
Like, even to showcase that Theodore is not in the right headspace, like there are so many things that you could do to make it weird.
hmm,
But to say choke me with the dead cat while you have sex with me
yeah,
is, for a film that is as thoughtful and emotional as it is, that is bugfuck.
yeah. But you know what? People are weird,
Yeah.
and this is a movie, and this is a director.
Case in point.
There you go. Right, that's all I have to say. Podcast over. No, but this is a this.
All right, guys. Goodbye.
That's the takeaway. People are weird.
Cat's
3
out
words.
of the bag.
Exactly.
Ronald's out of McDonald's. He's not coming back. Podcast over.
The dead cat's out of the bag. No, I mean, listen. This is a director,
yeah,
who all of his movies there is like pointed even when the movies are not like being realistic, what the movie is doing is working on something that is a hard pointed truth about people. That is what this guy is so good at. Mm-hmm. Whether he writes the script or not, it's either a script that people like Charlie Kaufman, for example, will write in a similar kind of style, and then Jones just elevates it through the roof into this, incredible place. But what's happening here is, I think, talking about this dead cat, he is accentuating the fact that people are eccentric and weird.
Yeah.
And I think it feeds into this whole idea that the film operates on of how does Theodore find the right person?
Mm.
And not only is the dating world and the romance world like this, but no one talks about it.
Yeah.
Except brilliant filmmakers like this guy. Not only is the dating world like that, but it was prophetic in a specific way as well, I think. Like when we were talking about apps like Tinder and, all that's, Hinge and all these like things that became a lot bigger later, right after this movie, especially during the pandemic. We found out just how weird people were, right?
Yeah.
When we did the dating thing online fully. Like before this, there was like eharmony.com, like all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. There was, but that stuff was like more formal. It was like a real experience. More adults were using it rather than young
Yeah.
people. But once these dating apps started taking off, think about it. Like with
Mhm.
your own experiences, when you meet some of these people who look completely different or like seem, totally fine or normal or whatever in their profile, because you can build that up to deceive people into thinking that everything's fine. How is that really that much different from someone answering the phone during like a phone sex service or something, and they sound like, "Hey, like what are you doing right now? Like what are you wearing?" Like typical, this is, I'm just like a sexy kind of girl that's looking for a good time.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a freak show. This is why I love movies and directors like this. There's no better way to get that point across that has so much truth in it about how people work and how
Yeah.
people have their fetishes and their own little eccentricities and idiosyncrasies. What a better way to make that point than to use a little bit of humor here
Hmm.
and just push it a little bit further into the weirdness, but the significance of it, the commentary about people is still so fully clearly there. I'm sure there are people that fantasize about that. But you have to think about it, like, what's the point that he's making? The point is, this is how hard it is to find even a normal people for a simple phone sex call.
Yeah.
How are you, Theodore, or you guys watching Theodore do this? How are you all going to find the real right person in a world that's smothered and oversaturated with over communication and such easy, access to information communication? That's the question in the scene that's being posed. And the humor, just a cherry on top, in my opinion.
It's still
That's my
really
take on it.
fucking weird that the cat had to be dead.
I know, but hey, she is
Why did the cat? But why did the
because
cat have to be dead?
because she's Sexy Kitten. That's her screen name, John. And she's I
Doesn't
don't
have to
know.
be dead. Doesn't have to be a dead cat.
It doesn't, but that makes it a little bit more off-putting, which makes it more funny and makes it a little bit more resonant.
I gave the
I think
cat some Ambien. The cat's just sleeping.
it's even worse.
No, it's not. It's
Possibly.
not dead.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's I don't know. It's irony. Also, I also like that too, though.
Yeah.
It's called Sexy Kitten. That's like such a young like girl kind of like being
Yeah.
cutesy and experimenting kind of a thing to do. And name yourself Sexy Kitten, and then it turns out that the thing it literally is sexy to you that a kitten is part of the process, and in the most repugnant way to most other people. It's the irony. Irony is what makes that moment shine. Of course, the cat has to be dead because it's more ironic, and it gives me the impression more that it's like people just don't. People are not what they seem on the surface. You need to dig deeper and go to that deep place with the person in the relationship in order to discover who they truly are. And once you discover who that person truly is, it's on you to be okay with taking that dead kitten and strangling that chick with it. That's what this is all about. Are you willing to go there?
I'm gonna swipe left.
I think I would swipe left too, but who knows what
Look,
we
if the
really do
cat
in secret.
wasn't dead, I'm open to. But
You're
yeah,
you're okay with strangling a woman in an intimate setting with a living cat's tail. This is fine for you.
this is a hypothetical over a phone sex call.
Okay, I won't hold you to it. Thank goodness that we can talk in hypotheticals as humans.
Yes.